Hello, you're watching Wairarapa TV. My name's Nikki King, and we're taking part in the NZ May Music Marathon. We're coming at you from the Copthorne Resort, Solway Park in Masterton. And on the couch here, fresh from their live performance, I have Grafia. Hello, Grafia.
Hello. Hello, Nikki.
Hello. Right, Grafia. Hello. I really enjoyed your performance. It was pretty good, eh? Could you just introduce yourselves and tell everybody what you do in the band?
Thank you, Nikki. Well, I'm Rob Mansell. I'm the singer in the band, and I play acoustic rhythm guitar and harmonica. Oh. And I write the songs with the help of everybody else.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
My name's Dave, and Rob very kindly lets me practice guitar and vocals.
My name's Keith Austin. I'm keyboards, keyboard bass, occasionally bass guitar as well, and I do the music arrangements.
Stefan Schultz is my name, and I play the violin and recorders.
I'm Jordan Treadray. I like long walks on the beach, candlelit dinners, and playing drums.
Cool, thanks. Now, I was talking to you earlier in the green room. You were telling me a little bit about Grafia. Would you like to tell the audience out there just about the Grafia project?
Sure. Well, we started playing together, Keith and I in particular, and Dave in the early days, about 2009. So that's 8 years ago. The main impetus was to play music and to have fun and to play music we liked, and to see if there was an audience that might like it too, because as you can see, we're not exactly young men. We might not even be middle-aged men, apart from one. We have a representative of the young men brigade.
Oh, there you go, Jordan.
And most of us would still qualify as middle-aged. But it was really to have fun and explore some music, and later on we got to write some music.
So could you tell me who the sort of founder members of Grafia were then?
That would be Rob Mansell and myself. Rob and I met many, many years ago at a gig, and we basically started jamming together, and then we started putting Grafia together. And Rob and myself and Stefan, we work the core trio of Grafia, and we bring other members in as we need.
Wow, so there are more members of Grafia than are sat on the couch here today?
Yes, we have some fill-in people. It doesn't make them any less important, but we have John Dukes, who comes and plays drums with us from Waipukurau. He's the main extra. We have Sherry James doing backup vocals. She's reasonably new. Jack Knox has done some backup vocals with us, and we're keen to get her singing a bit more with us. We, of course, had Lenny playing with us before he died. He was a great inspirator for us. He was a wonderful teacher, a mentor, and so encouraging. He was just a lovely man, and we miss him hugely.
Yeah, because I believe one of your songs that you dedicated a song there today?
Yeah, well, in the album that we recorded in May last year, Lenny played lead guitar and did the kind of thing that Dave tried to do today.
Oh, Dave. But Lenny is his big footsteps to fill, really, isn't he? Yeah. I mean, he was a Wairarapa legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be missed here today. I'm sure he would be here if he was here. Okay, so where are you all from? Are you all from Masterton?
Dave?
The mic's come to me.
I'm
originally from Liverpool, born on the banks of the Mersey a long time ago, you know. But I've been living in Masterton for quite some time. I moved up from here, from Wellington, in about 1989. And I played in a band with somebody who's here today, Stefan Brown. And that was my first introduction to the Wairarapa music scene. And then I went on to play in other bands like Gypsy Soul. These are a few names that people might remember. And then, you kind of change your course, you know, and you go on a different path. And I've actually been retired from music for some time. And there was various projects that I had to get on with in other areas of my life. I won't go on, but Rob's helped me get back into music again. I started playing the guitar and singing, and it's just great to be able to do it. So thank you, Rob. Thank you, Grafia. Moving on.
Yeah, well, I was born in a cave behind Pride Rock, and yes. I come from the South Island, I was born in Timaru actually, and I studied a lot of classical music during my teens and early 20s and 30s and so forth, and then I discovered jazz and rock and roll and metal and all the other genres of music, and so my musical tastes tend to be very wide-ranging from classical through to, literally from Mozart to Metallica.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Wow.
Split ends, yes. I'm a great fan of split ends.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, I'm classically trained, I guess I could say that. Studied music, Baroque, hence the recorder, and turned to composition for many years, and have written various pieces in my life. Some so good, not so good, some better. And very much like Keith, I'm sort of a holistic kind of approach where I enjoy lots of different styles of music. I play in the local orchestra, the Wairarapa Community Orchestra, and with 45 of us scratching, scraping and blowing things and making a heck of a noise, and it comes together and it's wonderful. Just like Grafia here, we get together and we have a meal, we have a yarn, we talk about all sorts of things about life and the meaning of, and in the end we play the music as we feel it, and that's the most important thing. Yeah.
I born and raised. I was actually born in Tanui Pub. My father was the principal at Tanui School, and we had just got new carpet laid, and my mum didn't have enough time to get to the hospital, so this was the old pub, the two-storey one. And well, you guys talked about where you were born from, and I like music, and I love Masterton.
Fantastic. That's great.
Well, I'm from Masterton too, so...
Well, I think
we're the locals.
I have a little bit
born and bred.
a little bit in common with you, because I'm from Merseyside and I've just moved to Masterton, so so that's pretty impressive. Yeah,
it's the nicest town under the hills.
Well, I'm really enjoying my time in Masterton. I hope to get into more of the Masterton music scene. So,
nice to have you here too.
Yes, thank you. A good band, I'd say, has a lot of varied influences, and you pull that in together. Do you have any specific influences that you bring into the band personally?
Probably very eclectic, actually. A little bit of blues there, a few idols on the guitar, obviously, like we all have. I'm into progressive rock. Whether that makes its way into Grafia is anybody's guess.
So, just Mo. So, who are your specific guitar influences?
Jeff Beck, Peter Green, and probably Jimmy Page. And Django Reinhardt, because I actually play with a disability. I was stupid enough to chop 3 fingers off my left hand a long time ago when I was young and stupid. So Django Reinhardt holds a special place in my heart because he is a fantastic guitarist, and he plays with a severe disability, or did do when he was alive, obviously. So I don't play like Django, but I remember Django because of the bravery he showed to keep going and keep playing, and that keeps me going.
What about you, Keith?
No? Okay, talking of Django Reinhardt, I play gypsy jazz as well, so I imitate Stefan Grappelli, so with Blackberry Jam, a little trio, playing in Palmerston North and various places. So yeah, that's one of my influences as well. And apart from Irish music, I used to be playing Black Nag. Some of you may remember the Irish band. Yes, and so did you, didn't you? Yes. Black Nag.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Black Nag.
A few years back now. We're going back a few years. Yes. No.
Local history.
I've got to say, just before you pass that on, it's very interesting to see the recorder in the band, and it's really nice to see additional musical instruments. I own a recorder, and my kids laugh at it, but recorder can be a nice instrument, and you played it beautifully. Over to you, Jordan. Your influences.
I was going to revert back to the last question. But, I mean, every band's got their metal head, don't they? I love death metal, as heavy as it gets, stuff that makes your grandmother cry, really. And I always get in big lectures about it because people think that these bands don't have legitimate musicians, or, that guitarist doesn't know any scales or anything like that, so I like to give them an earful. But playing with Grafia was a discipline for me because I had to pull it back and not be that metalhead trying trying to play metal in a non-metal band.
Actually,
So
Jordan, I was getting metal from that performance.
well, I failed.
Did you say death metal makes your grandmother die?
Right.
Oh dear. I don't think we want to talk about that.
Well, getting back to my influences, I'd say
yes?
Bob Dylan and Irish.
Ah, very nice.
Followed closely by John Lennon.
Very nice.
And it's mostly the attitude that those folk bring to music. You know, it's writing real stories and putting them across with passion, and then having a bit of a lilt and a jig and a kind of a beat that's a little bit off. It doesn't have to drive hard forward. I like the driving beat, but I like to also syncopate and pull it back a bit and give room for the violin and the recorder and the keyboards, when they can just come in around it.
That's right.
So that's our way of creating, is to get some chord structures and some words that mean something and play with them.
Fantastic, fantastic. And have you got any future gigs? I've seen your posters around the place quite a lot, so I know you're a busy band.
Well, we've got 2 regular gigs, which is quite rare in the Wairarapa. We've got one at the Lake House in Queen Elizabeth Park every second Sunday, courtesy of Keith and Gail Marshall. We're very grateful to them. And the Turkey Red in a hotel in Greytown, where Marilla has us once a month.
Wow.
And we do an open mic night there once a month as well. And then she's often trying to get us to play more. But really, we've all got day jobs, so it's really hard to fit it in and keep healthy and keep on the game.
I think that's a lot of us, really. We've all got those day jobs, eh? And have you got any recordings that you might want to share with the audience at home?
We've got 1 album out, 8 songs, 41.5 minutes.
Wow.
And the album's called Ultimately Free, which was the last line in the last song we did in that show. So it's the key message in the song called Think About It. Think about ultimately free. And it just means... can you be ultimately free? I mean, maybe the answer's no, but it doesn't really matter as long as you've thought about it. And what do you have to get out of the way? What do you have to move on from? So we like to sing songs that have a little bit of a personal challenge in them. But that's the album, Ultimately Free, 8 songs, and you can get it today for $12.50.
What a bargain for recorded music.
Okay,
so we're coming sort of to the end of our interview with you guys. You've been fantastic performers and great studio audience guests.
You've been a wonderful interview.
Thank you very much. My name's Nikki King and you're watching Wairarapa TV. Before we go, I'd like to say a big hello to the people in Northland. Would you wave to the people in Northland? Woo! Hello! And we're going to wrap it up now and hand over to the live performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you.